Ranked drops in about a week, and until then, I'm going to be on my controversial take grind. Just going to be absolutely farming the hate comments, dropping the hottest takes on MultiVersus. So today, we're going to be ranking each character in MultiVersus based on how hard they are to play. I know we're already getting started. I can smell the comments, but we got 5 skill tiers, and every single character in MultiVersus is ahead of us, so let's get started. Important note, this is purely my opinion. You are free to disagree. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments. Again, this is only my opinion, all right? This is the only thing that's being discussed here. Starting off with Arya, already getting into the hot takes. We're gonna put her in hard. If you haven't played Arya, you're probably just gonna think she's easy because it kind of looks a little bit easier than it really is. From an outside perspective, a lot of people just think, oh, spam up special, haha, 0 to death, 100% comboed off the map instantly from the top. It's really not that easy at all. Arya is the lightest character in the game, meaning she gets KO'd by every single stupid ability in this game at like 50%. That was an exaggeration, by the way, before people come from my head. Actually, it's 67%. I don't care. It's an exaggeration. Arya's pretty hard. That's the point that I'm making. Harder than most people would assume without actually playing her. When I played Arya, I stayed in top 100 very consistently with her, and I think right now I'm actually like 900 or something, even though I haven't played her in several weeks, so that's pretty cool. Next up, Batman. He's going in easy. I would put him in Crown Muncher, but I do think that that's reserved for like the 2 or 3 easier characters than him, which is pretty hard to find considering Batman is very easy. He's incredibly forgiving. He has great moves. Everything combos into each other very well. I do want to say Batman is a lot of fun to play. I enjoy playing as Batman. I don't do it very often because it just feels like every win comes easily, and I don't like playing the game when I can just press battering and win. Again, that was an exaggeration. You don't literally just press battering and win. But anyway, Batman's just easy, man. I don't know who people think that they're kidding, trying to act like Batman is one of the hardest characters in the game to play. He's not. Regardless of what you think about his balance, I know a lot of people know that I personally am a believer that Batman is too strong right now, and I will stand by that tooth and nail. I will fight for that opinion. As soon as you press battering, it does not matter what they're hitting you with. They will get knocked back and weakened, and you have a free combo start on them, no matter what. Along with that, you pick the battering back up, which gives you back almost all of your cooldown instantly. It's like 2 more seconds to get it back. You have a sticky bomb that you can apply that sends them flying to Jupiter every time it explodes, and it's pretty hard to time the dodge. You have a grapple hook for recovery, and regardless of the people that are like, oh, it's super easy to edge guard the grapple, it's not, because if you go to edge guard where they're landing, you're going to get stunned. He has his charged up punch that KOs you at ridiculously low percents. Now granted, his charged up punch is like his only KO move. I'll give you that. That's why he's not in Crown Muncher. If he had more than 1 KO move, he would be in Crown Muncher. Because only his up special is really a reliable kill move, I'm going to put him in easy instead of Crown Muncher. So Batman, y'all are lucky. Bugs is going to go in medium. Bugs just has so much in his kit that you can crutch. You can drop his safe and then play around his safe for like completely free zoning, and then anytime they get too close, you can decide to send it at them, which does a crazy amount of damage and knockback. You have a stupid rocket that you can get back on the stage for free, and if they try to go guard you on the rocket, chances are you can just hit them once and they'll get hit by the rocket and go flying. You have your Burrows that whenever you want to, you can control 2 areas of a map at the same time, and if you use that stun perk, which not many people use, but I actually think it's pretty underrated, you can just go back and forth and stun them if they ever try to get close to you. You get a speed boost when you're exiting the burrow, so you can fly out at maximum velocity. You have that heart ability where if you're using that signature perk, you can leave a heart on the map for zoning, and then you can just run around in it and they can't approach you when it's there. Now granted, that's not like overpowered or something. I'm not saying that that's overpowered. I'm just saying he has a lot of things going for him and he's very easy to play. The only reason I'm going to put him in medium instead of easy, even though I do think he's a pretty easy character to play, is because there is some level of like learning his kit. You do have to manage a lot of different cooldowns and learn what abilities do what, so I'm going to cut you guys some slack here and put Bugs in medium. Next up we got Finn, who I'm also going to put in easy. Now again, I really enjoy playing Finn. I love Finn's aerial game. I think that Finn has the second most fun aerial game in the entire game, only behind Stripe, and before Stripe came out, Finn was like my #1 character for aerial play. I love his aerial combos. It's so much fun. However, Finn is just like not a hard character. I don't know how people can defend that either, really. Most of his moves are very simple and straightforward and easy to understand and pull off. He is the fastest character in the game when you run Speed Force Assist and then buy a set of speed boots, and you can stack those speed boots, and it's pretty easy to get gold. Every single attack that you land is going to be spawning 100 gold, so you land 5 attacks and you can buy the first speed boots, and then you can just keep buying them after that. It's crazy. I don't know why they stack. Along with that, you can counter characters like Tom and Jerry, Reinhardt, people like that have a lot of heavy projectile play, because you can literally buy, along with the speed boots, you can have both of these active at the same time. You can buy a projectile block when you're charging things, so you can approach them with a charged attack for free, and they can't use any projectiles to shut you down, which projectiles are the go-to for shutting down charged attacks. Along with that, he just has great approaches. His up charged light attack is an incredible approach that sends him flying into the air, where Finn has the advantage. basically every scenario because his aerial game is so good. Overall, Finn is just a pretty easy character. I really don't know how people can debate this one either. Harley's also going in easy. It's basically the exact same situation as Finn. She has good map control though, in addition to easy attacks, because her box can be placed and then just control that entire area of the map. They have to choose between using projectiles to shut it down, which it can actually be kind of finicky with its hitbox. I think that it needs to be more precise hitboxes. Along with that, she has incredible light attacks along with an infinite combo that, contrary to popular belief, the infinite combo is not hard. I don't know why people act like the infinite combo is a show of skill. It's really not. The infinite combo is pretty easy to pull off. It just takes like 1 minute in lab of figuring out the timing of it, and then you can do it consistently. The only thing that could make the infinite a little bit hard to pull off is the fact that the servers aren't good, so sometimes they'll just fall out of your infinite, which is good. I don't think any infinite combo in the game should exist. But yeah, Harley's very easy. Bonus points, she has like one of the best up specials in the entire game, that stupid bat that she can just spam at you and it does incredible knockback, has a huge hitbox, blah blah, you know the drill. Next up we got Jake. I'm gonna put him in hard. Another extremely unpopular opinion. This one's gonna be feral. I don't even play Jake. For reference, I played a lot of Jake a while ago to get him up to top 1k for this like challenge video, whatever. I have not touched Jake in like a month and a half now. I just know that he's a hard character from my experience playing him. He has a very diverse kit, which you would think would make him easy. It actually makes it kind of hard to string together combos. Jake combos don't perfectly line up with each other like a lot of other characters do. It almost feels like his kit wasn't intended to be used together. I know that's like weird to say, but like with Finn, it feels like a lot of his attacks perfectly set you up for another one of his attacks. And with Jake, there are a few cases of that, but stringing together long combos with Jake, like 10 hit combos, 15 hit combos with Jake, is harder than a lot of other characters in the game. Now, granted, he has some cheesy moves. I think that his house ability is too strong, and his horse ability is incredible recovery, along with his stretch ability that also has very good recovery. So he's a very safe character. Like, he's got some decent weight to him, and he has some of the best recovery in the game. So it's hard to KO a Jake, but actually like stringing together long combos and like early KOing people with Jake is harder than a character like Bugs or Batman or Finn or Harley. Now, I don't think that Jake is an expert character by any means. It's not that he's like super hard. It just means that you'll actually have to learn Jake, whereas with any of these characters in the easy tier, you can just pick them up and instantly play at a decent level with them, whereas if you pick up Jake for the first time, you're probably gonna play like a bot. Next up we got Garnet, and I'm gonna put her in medium. Garnet's attacks feel like they have like input delay. Like, it's kind of weird. If you haven't played Garnet, you probably won't know what I'm talking about, but all of her attacks just feel delayed. I know that's on purpose because she's like a heavier, like weightier character, so all of her attacks are meant to feel like sluggish almost, but they're harder hitting, which is the trade-off. Along with this, Garnet just is not good in the meta. She's not a good pick, so you're already gonna have to be working harder on a character like Garnet than a character like Harley, just because Harley is extremely meta and Garnet is not. But yeah, along with that, Garnet just feels like she's swinging tree logs or something instead of fists. It feels like I'm picking up my gaming PC and trying to bash him in the face with it. Like, it's so slow and clunky. So yeah, Garnet is a character that I struggle playing. Next up we got Rain Dog. I'm gonna put Rain Dog in medium for the same reason that I'm putting Garnet in medium. A lot of Rain Dog's attacks just feel slow and clunky. It's better than Garnet. It's easier to play Rain Dog than Garnet, especially with that projectile that you have, as well as the gem that you can throw up in the air as a little bit of map control. I don't think the gem is good map control, but it's something, you know, like it's more map control than Jake has or something. Although Jake has a great neutral game, so that was a bad comparison, but you know what I mean. Rain Dog overall, he's not a hard character. He's not an easy character though. And just like Garnet, Rain Dog is not in the meta. So in order to win with him against meta picks, you're going to have to work about 5 times as hard as them. Next up, we got Shaggy. Shaggy's in Crayon Muncher. Anybody that tells you Shaggy is hard to play is lying to themselves. Now, important distinction, I feel like I need to say this. Playing any character at a very high level will be hard. If you take any of these characters into top 100 lobbies, it is hard, no matter who you're playing. I play a lot of top 100 matches, and whenever I'm playing on a character that's top 100, and then I switch to a character that's like 20k or something to just go play him for fun or something, there is a massive difference in the speed of the game overall. And especially with a character like Shaggy, he moves so quickly that the distinction is not as big with him. The main reason that Shaggy's easy though is because all of his attacks are just variations of punches and kicks. He is the most simple and straightforward character in the game. There's a reason that he's the character you use in the tutorial, because it's very simple and straightforward to understand and execute combos with him. Along with that, he just has some very powerful crutch moves, like his down slam attack and then his up special and his side kick, the notorious side kick that has absolutely left the community in shambles since the day he dropped. Overall, Shaggy is just Shaggy's very easy. If you are new to the game, play Shaggy. He's the best character that you can play to just learn the game, learn the feel of it, learn the knockback influence, light attacks versus special attacks, dodging, all that kind of stuff. Shaggy is a great jack of all trades, easy character to play, to learn the game on and understand. Next, we got Superman. I'm gonna put Superman in easy. Superman is a very thick, like tanky character, but he doesn't have the same problem with feeling slow and tanky like Garnet and Rain Dog do. Superman is a meat truck, but he's fast. That doesn't make sense to me. I still don't understand the balancing of Superman. Superman, if you guys didn't know, has statistically the best dodge in the game. It covers a massive range and dodges it so quickly to the point where you can just zoom around the map if you get good at moving movement. There's a lot of like dodge cancels and like the jump dodging and like the sliding stuff that you can do like this that is just so much easier with Superman. It's easy to keep your momentum, which makes movement much easier. Along with that, he literally can fly back to the stage to recover, and if you try to go hit him, he's got a massive hitbox. Like pretend that this is Superman, right? And he's going towards you in the air and he's flying. If you hit him from here, you get grabbed. If you hit him from here, you get grabbed. If you hit him from here, you get grabbed. You could hit him from all the way over here and you're still probably going to get grabbed. Like, it's insane how big his grab hitbox is. Now, important, I don't think Superman is OP. I don't think he's like unbalanced. I think he's actually at the most balanced stage that he's been at in the entire game at his current moment. The only move I would say still needs nerfing is his down throw, because you can still throw people off the map at like 10%. That hasn't changed. But overall, Superman's balanced. It's not that he's OP. He's just annoying sometimes. He has a lot of crutch moves, great control of the pacing of the game, because you can set the pace and match it playing super fast, or you can use like the lasers and then like the frost breath and charging up moves and armored moves if you want to play slow and passive and responsive instead of proactive. So yeah, Superman all around pretty easy character. Next we have Steven. I'm putting Steven in hard. I think this is the first time. I think I've done this video before, but this is the first time I've put Steven in hard. I've played a bit of Steven. I played Steven for 1 or 2 videos and it was hard. Steven is a decently hard character. I will say his air movement is pretty, like, movement with him feels very smooth and easy because he has like that gliding back and forth in the air. Along with that, he has the best like shielding in the game because he can just pop a shield and become invincible. He doesn't take knockback, he doesn't take damage, he takes nothing. Now obviously that shield bubble has to like recharge and you have to time it correctly to do it, blah blah blah, but overall that's a very, very good defensive move. Along with that, he can place walls to stop charged moves or to stop projectile spam, stuff like that. He also has a little bacon guy. It's watermelon. I always say this, I need to break that habit. It's not bacon, it's watermelon. Little watermelon guy is not necessarily good. Like, it's not like the watermelon guy is going to be KOing you, but he's a nuisance to deal with on the map, and just having 2 people running around instead of 1 to fight does just get more like, it's a mental thing, I swear, because the watermelon guy is useless. He doesn't do anything, but it always feels more chaotic to fight him. But it always feels more chaotic to fight Steven when the watermelon guy is up than when he's not up. So yeah, overall, Steven's pretty hard though. It's hard to string together combos. It's hard to actually KO people because he doesn't really have any KO moves, but air juggling with him is surprisingly easy just due to how much better he is in the air with movement than 90% of the cast. Next up, we got Taz. I'm gonna put Taz in easy. Taz is not a hard character. Was notorious in the beginning of the game and the balancing of the beginning of the game for being extremely OP and extremely easy to play. So Taz was like the cheese character. Since then, he got a ton of nerfs that made him terrible, and then a bunch of buffs that now he's back in the meta. He's a little bit of like a sleeper meta right now. People haven't really picked up on the fact that Taz is back to his former glory. Not quite to that stage, but he's almost there. He's very, very good right now. Taz overall is not a hard character though. I don't think I really need to explain this. I feel like this is kind of a self-explanatory one. I think the only people that will disagree with me is like 15% of the Taz mains out there, but that's going to be the case for every character. Next up, we got Iron Giant, and Iron Giant, I'm so torn on this because Iron Giant without his stupid grab to death combo is horrible. Like, he's so bad right now, but that grab to death combo makes him overpowered. So it's such a weird dynamic that Iron Giant has. If you removed that grab to death combo, which by the way, if you aren't in high ranks, you probably haven't seen it because only Iron Giants in high ranks are good enough to do it. It is like a decently hard thing to pull off with just the timing of it and everything. I don't want to give Iron Giant players props for learning that combo though, because it is the stupidest, cheesiest, corniest thing in the game. Basically, Iron Giant can grab you, and no matter what percent you're at, you are dead because he has a combo where he grabs you, he takes you to the edge of the map, and then either he puts you down and then he sits on you and then does a little down spin when you're falling, and it is a guarantee. There's nothing you can do. You're just dead. Or he grabs you, takes you to the edge of the map, and then throws you up in the air and does this little spin move and just carries you off the edge of the map, and you are dead. There's nothing you can do about it. If Iron Giant grabs you anywhere close to the edge of the map, you lose a life. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Nothing can save you, which makes Iron Giant stupid and cheesy, and I would put him in Crayon Muncher. But then without that grab move, he's horrible. Like, he's so bad right now because the devs keep nerfing him over and over, but they don't ever take care of that grab combo. So Iron Giant keeps getting nerfs to the rest of his kit that was already bad, but this one broken, like, shining part of his kit remains untouched. So yeah, I honestly don't know where to put Iron Giant. I'm just gonna put him in medium for that reason. I don't know where to put him. I really don't. Next up, we got Tom and Jerry. I'm gonna put him in hard. Tom and Jerry has gotten a lot of balancing, and I actually think right now he's at a very, very good stage. A lot of Tom and Jerry mains think that he was like gutted. I disagree. I've actually played a decent bit of Tom and Jerry because I had like a little tradition on my channel. If you've been watching for a while, I like to pick him up every once in a while and play him because he's a lot of fun and I love him. But yeah, he's definitely a harder character because if you lose Jerry, your neutral game is not great, especially now with the dynamite nerfs. It's a dynamite stick, right? Yeah, most people that play the game at a decently higher level have figured out their character's one-shot move against the Jerry. If you guys didn't know, basically every character in the cast, I think every single character in the cast has a move in their kit that they can insta-kill Jerry with. And once you figure that out, it's very easy to kill Jerry every time he throws Jerry. So you have to play around that fact when you're using Tom and Jerry, where you can't put Jerry into any dangerous scenarios. But when you're throwing Jerry to hit them, it's hard to not put him in a dangerous scenario, you know? So you have to manage not only your life and your well-being, but also Jerry's. And then you have to set up combos between you and Jerry, and then you have to deal with the neutral game without Jerry of using the dynamite and the tennis racket to keep him off. You have the fishing rod for recovery, which is surprisingly harder than it seems to pull off. So yeah, all in all, Tom and Jerry's a pretty hard pick. Next up, we got Velma. Velma's going in easy. I'm not even going to bother explaining Velma. Velma is just an easy character. Actually, okay, I feel like Velma mains might feel a little bit robbed there, so I'll explain it decently. Map control is great with the little puddle that she puts on the ground that can slow you down and can put weakened on you, I think. The targeting thing that prerequisites the homing speech bubbles, that I hate that ability. It's so stupid. And now again, I don't think Velma's overpowered. She's just easy to play. Like, this is another scenario like Superman. I don't think Superman's overpowered, but he's cheesy and easy to play. That's the same scenario that Velma's in. She's very safe. Her combos are very self-explanatory and easy. The only reason that she's an easy and not Crown Muncher is because of a similar situation to Bugs, where you actually have to like learn her kit and manage all her cooldowns, which is at least more than you have to do for like Shaggy. For Wonder Woman, I'm gonna put her in easy. Wonder Woman is a lot like Finn, except Wonder Woman doesn't have like the teleports or the money system to handle. But Wonder Woman is extremely fast, extremely straightforward and easy to understand, and she's just pretty easy character. Again, Wonder Woman at high level is hard. I think that Wonder Woman at a very high level is actually harder than most characters in the game at a very high level. Overall pick, like for new players, for medium players, or for even like decently high players, Wonder Woman is just pretty easy to pick up and play. Anybody that has mained a different character and then picks up Wonder Woman will attest to that. I've seen a lot of like really good players that I follow that have mained, like, for example, they've mained Jake for the entirety of the game, but then they pick up Wonder Woman and they reach top 50 within like 2 days. Like, she's just not hard if you're good at the game. Next up, we got LeBron, and I'm actually going to put LeBron in medium. I think that LeBron's a decently hard character to play, especially because he deals with the same problems that like Garnet has, where everything feels like it has delay to it. Like, you press a button and it doesn't actually do the move until like a split second after you press the button. So it's just a kind of weird dynamic there. You just have to manage the balls. You have to manage the balls, which can get a little bit hard sometimes. I don't think that he's necessarily like a hard character to play, but he's definitely not easy. Next up, we got Morty, the first expert character. People are going to disagree with this because Morty is currently at a stage where he's very good in the meta. Like, Morty is one of the top 3 or maybe even top 5, if not top 3 meta picks right now. Morty is incredibly good. However, that does not negate the fact that he's hard to play. Morty is a hard pick. If you haven't played Morty, you will disagree with me because you've probably gotten beat and steamrolled by Morty. So you think, because this is how a lot of the multiverse community's brains works, where they get beat by characters and they just say, oh, this character's easy and OP because I got beat by them. But in reality, as somebody that has played as the vast majority of the cast, Morty is not easy. I actually mained Morty for a while. I had a lot of fun with him. I was top 500 with him for a little while. I've probably lost that by now. I haven't checked in a long time, but yeah, Morty is definitely a very hard character to play. Next up, we got Rick. He's going in hard. Rick is another character like Morty that has a very like complex, complicated kit with a lot of different things to manage, but he's just easier than Morty. His portal is some of the best recovery in the game. His Meeseeks make very safe map control that you can pull off. His little ball is also considered map control to some people because you can throw it down and the opponent can't push that area until that thing blows up. So you can basically just go stand in it for free and get the what's it called, morphosized or something. You can get morphed pretty easily, and then you're just this huge Rick that can chase him down. He's also got a very good projectile game for neutral games. So yeah, Rick all around. He's also hard like Morty, but he's definitely not as hard as Morty because he has a lot more like crutch abilities and safe abilities. Next up, we got Gizmo, and I'm gonna put him in medium. I think Gizmo is another like sleeper meta pick right now. Gizmo is so good and people are sleeping on him so hard. A lot of Gizmo's moves feel like they home in, like you can use it anywhere close to it and it's like a little delay, and then he just like jumps at them and it's like he just homes in on people. It's crazy. So I'm not gonna put him in hard because of the fact that most of his moves feel like they vacuum you towards the person, and also the car is stupid. I loved the car ability at first because it was a lot of fun, but playing against it repetitively in like the top 100 lobbies over and over, just playing against stupid Gizmos that abuse that car, it does get frustrating. So this is a little bit of a therapeutic pick for me, putting him in medium. I guess you could argue that he's in hard, but personally, just to resolve the inner woes inside of me and be able to sleep at night, I'm putting him in medium. And next we got Stripe. perhaps my most controversial pick, because Stripe has been a very hot topic. I have actually made a lot of videos on Stripe. I made a video explaining why I don't think Stripe is OP, and then just today I posted a video explaining the perfect balance changes for Stripe that I think would make him like more fun to play against, overall more balanced, take out some of the cheesy parts of his kit, bring up some of the like worthless parts of his kit that aren't even being used, blah blah blah. You should go check that video out if you think Stripe's OP, because I think it has a lot of good insight in it. But as somebody that's played only Stripe for like the past week since he came out and has kept top 100 Stripe pretty consistently, Stripe's hard. If you can't air juggle, you will be throwing games when you play as Stripe. If you can air juggle, you're going to be dominating games when you can play as Stripe. So the dynamic there is a little bit rough, because if you're good at aerial game, Stripe will probably come easy to you. But if you're bad at aerial game, Stripe is going to feel impossible to you. And I see so many Stripes that just make stupid decisions. Like they'll hit someone once in the middle of the stage and then unload all 3 shots into them or something. And then they go on Twitter and say, Stripe OP, Stripe so easy. And it's like, you're not even playing him right. But to actually play Stripe in a high level, like top 100 lobbies, Stripe is hard. Now, granted, maybe in like 50K lobbies, Stripe is easy because people don't know how to play around the gun. They don't know how to play around the saw blades. They don't know how to play around the chainsaw. In top 100 lobbies, I promise Stripe is a completely different character. I still think he's a little bit too strong. I don't think he's OP. I think some of his moves though, like his side air in specific, I want that side air gone. Like it's so good. But anyway, that's like the only move I think is like OP from him. But yes, everybody's gonna disagree with me on this. I don't really care. This list is like my opinion. Like I said, you're free to disagree with me. But yeah, in my opinion, Stripe is a hard character to play. Just because you have to have that knowledge of aerial game in order to perform well with him. And if you don't have that knowledge of aerial game, you will lose every game when you play as Stripe. Unless maybe you just spam the side air. But that's gonna be nerfed next patch. So why are we even talking about it? Anyway, this is the final list. Tell me in the comments why you disagree with me, because I know you do. Nobody's going to agree with absolutely 100% of this list. So yeah, tell me why you disagree in the comments. I would love to have a conversation about it. And let me know if you agree with any of the picks in particular, like really strongly, you know. Sometimes I get those comments that are like, you pinned the nail on the head with Superman. You're now my favorite creator. And I'm like, oh, thanks, man. So yeah, if you want more videos, check this one out right here and like and subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully a little bit less controversial, because I do need to rest tonight. Yeah, peace out, guys. See you tomorrow.